Hello there folks, I'm Dan Brown from sortofinteresting.com and this is a random video on, well, I suppose just astronomy and why I love it. Now, I don't normally do this sort of video, but I've had a lot of requests to do more astronomy videos, and I've been trying over the last couple of weeks to get some good shots of the moon and various magnifications, but due to the terrible weather I've had almost no luck, I would say. And so I thought, well, hopefully just a nice little talking about astronomy video will tide us all over for a while. First of all, I'll say I've just come back in from a nice little astronomy session, and it's got to be said, it's just, well, it summed up why I love it. I mean, particularly now that I'm on board a boat and have all these random spots of nice clear dark sky that I can hop out just over to the towpath and set up the scope and see all sorts of bits and pieces. I mean, that obviously has hugely boosted my astronomy and the time spent doing it. But even for the last few years pre-boat, I mean, I've just absolutely loved it. I mean, for example, just then I was trying to film some more moon shots, and you just have a moment like this. I was on an aqueduct, got a river running below and the roaring water from that, the perfect calm aqueduct and the canal, and then the viaduct. This is just outside of Chirk if anyone's interested, with a railway going across it. And just as I'm there, literally looking up through the scope at the moon, and it's like a nice slither of the crescent there, and a massive passenger train just goes along, and well, you'll see from this little video clip just how sort of perfect the whole outdoor calm and nice is framed. Watching the moon off an aqueduct while the train goes by. Tell me, what more is there to life than this? Fantastic. It's moments like that that I really do enjoy about just sort of being out and looking at the sky and seeing all the incredible sights of the heavens and all that sort of stuff. Very romantic and traditional and idealistic, I'm sure. But how did it all start? Well, to boil the story to its fundamentals, I was bought a Celestron first scope for Christmas in 2010, I think it was, and well, me and my good friends Jono and Helena, who you may have seen in other videos, certainly Jono, a sort of interesting staple. My apologies as the fire's just started to roar, I don't want that interfering with the video sound. Anyway, so I had this telescope, and then on that very Christmas night, me, Jono and Helena went up a snowy Iron Age hill fort, very lovely and all that sort of stuff once again. Stuck the first scope on top of a fence post and attempted to try and find the moon in it. Please remember, we'd never done this before. Unfortunately, I ended the night's astronomy when I accidentally kneed the telescope off the fence post into the snow, which obviously once it was filled with snow was very little use until we got home and dried it out, at which point stuck it on the windowsill, found the moon within about 20 seconds, and well, just absolutely amazed to see the detail and the craters and all that. I mean, it really was one of those sort of, wow, why have we never done this before? And it was that sort of, cool, I wonder what this looks like in better detail, I wonder what that looks like, that really spurred on my interest in getting out with the telescope. So I started looking on the internet at things that were obviously going to be good things to look at with a small telescope. So your classics like the Orion Nebula, Andromeda, the Seven Sisters, the sky around Cassiopeia. So basically then I set about finding them with a telescope at night. And I mean, it was just fascinating to see things that you could barely make out with the naked eye, if at all. And then suddenly, I mean, things like, for example, the Seven Sisters, to go from seeing maybe up to 5 stars with the naked eye from where I was in a very light polluted town centre sort of location, to pointing a telescope up there and then suddenly easily being able to count 50 stars. And then once I figured out that I could just pick the telescope up, walk to a darker sky area and then point up and see hundreds, well in fact thousands obviously, of more stars across the night sky, I mean, I really never did look back. I mean, over 2011 I must have spent hundreds of hours out up looking at the sky, and it really was just a revelation of just how much stuff there is up there that only, well, for example, I currently have been using the Celestron travel scope, and as you can see it's only a 70mm objective lens there, and yet even the telescope as small and lightweight and portable as this, you will see thousands upon thousands of stars that aren't visible to the naked eye, as well as things like, well, I've used this and I've seen lines of cloud on Jupiter's surface, which once again it's that sort of moment of like, wow, we're literally looking at lines of cloud on another planet. And well, I don't know, I may be coming across as very overexcited and all that, and well, it is because I genuinely am. And it really is just things like being able to see these amazing sights with something as low cost and simple as this. I mean, it doesn't get much more portable, to be honest. And I mean, I've been able to use this to get a pretty clear image of the moon at over 100 times magnification, which, well, once again, it's just the sort of thing that, for me personally, I just can't get enough of, and leaves me in incredible awe every time I see him. And as time went on, I sort of started to realise, hang on, it doesn't all have to be about looking very closely at things and trying to see detail. And I'd start going out without a telescope, just with some warm clothes, something to eat and drink, and something to lie on, and just lie down and just watch the shooting stars. And I mean, I never realised until I started going out doing my astronomy just how many shooting stars there are hammering us all the time. Well, maybe not hammering us physically, but you know what I mean. And I mean, there's been nights where I've seen near enough 50 shooting stars. I mean, certainly seen over 30 in one night. And there's been times where I've seen 4 in a minute. And I mean, it's just the sort of thing that previous to me astronomy I just couldn't imagine. And well, it always leaves me in awe when I see a good night of shooting stars. So just the sort of thing that I absolutely love. Anyway, like I say, I'm getting all overexcited and that. The other aspect of all this is obviously the incredible sort of humility that comes with seeing something like Andromeda, that's another entire galaxy of goodness knows how many stars, with however many planets that there may be out there with goodness knows what on. All of this is so small in comparison to all of that, that you just can't even contemplate or get your mind around just how big the universe is. And it's that sort of thing of, this is sort of ultimate humbling, quiet, peaceful activity to just experience a tiny fragment of what there is all around us. Well, I've gone from overexcited to started to get a little bit too deep for my liking. I think I will wrap this up now, but like I say, make sure you stay tuned for some other videos. I'm also trying to get my hands on a new, bigger telescope, also one in a beginner range, so that may be of interest. Until the next time, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for more. Check out my other astronomy videos, and well, I'll see you around soon. Farewell.